to season 20. I've seen dreams come true right where you're standing. Lives change.
He moved the world with one song, then vanished without a trace. What happened to Jordan Blue after AGT? It was a quiet evening when a soft-spoken teenager stepped onto the AGT stage. Jordan Blue looked nothing like your typical showstopper. Nervous eyes, trembling hands, barely able to speak. The judges leaned in, unsure of what to expect. Then, with one deep breath, his voice broke through the silence and broke millions of hearts. Viewers around the world were glued to their screens. Within minutes, the performance spread across the internet like wildfire. His raw emotion, paired with lyrics that hinted at deep personal struggles, resonated with anyone who ever felt unseen. AGT had seen talent before, but Jordan's performance wasn't just talent, it was truth. Social media lit up. The clip trended overnight. Who is this boy, they asked? But even as fame knocked loudly at his door, something strange began to unfold in the background, and it wasn't the kind of buzz producers expected. Long before lights and cameras, Jordan lived in quiet shadows. Born in a small, unnamed town, he was often described by those who knew him as a loner. His voice, it seemed, had always been his only companion. Rumors swirled. Was he raised in a difficult household? Did he grow up in the foster system? The facts were never confirmed, but his music seemed to answer what words couldn't. At school, he was never the loudest or most noticed. Some classmates recalled how he'd often sit alone during lunch breaks, humming softly under his breath. Music was more than passion, it was survival. A school talent show became the unexpected stage where someone finally noticed him. A video was shared, and one email led to another. Somehow, this quiet boy from nowhere landed on one of the biggest stages in America. But the question now isn't just how he got there, it's why he disappeared so soon after. After his AGT audition aired, Jordan became an overnight sensation. Celebrities reposted his video, reaction channels flooded YouTube with teary-eyed reviews, articles praised him as the next breakout star, and Twitter crowned him the voice we never knew we needed. Even the harshest critics couldn't deny the impact he made in just a few minutes. But something was missing. No interviews, no post-performance media tours, no follow-up clips from AGT's official pages. Unlike most viral contestants, Jordan didn't appear in the semifinals. He wasn't even mentioned again on the show. Fans flooded comment sections. Where is Jordan Blue? Did AGT drop him? Is he okay? With each passing day, the silence felt heavier. People weren't just interested, they were concerned. For someone who moved millions with one performance, the sudden absence was almost too loud to ignore. And as fans searched for answers, the theories began piling up. The lyrics Jordan chose that night weren't just words, they were a message. Viewers who re-watched his performance noticed subtle cues, the hesitation before singing, the way his eyes avoided the camera, the trembling lip during certain verses. The song's theme hinted at abandonment, loneliness, and searching for identity. Some fans believed he was expressing feelings of being unwanted or left behind. Others speculated it was a cry for help. AGT producers never addressed the deeper meaning, but Reddit threads and TikTok clips began dissecting every line of his song. "He's been through something," one user wrote. "You can feel it." Still, Jordan never spoke publicly about the song. No podcast interviews, no social posts, just one haunting moment that echoed long after the lights faded. It wasn't just his talent that left people shaken, it was the silence he left behind. When AGT offered no updates, fans took matters into their own hands. Hashtags like #WhereIsJordanBlue and #ProtectJordan began trending. Some created tribute videos with clips from his audition, while others began digging through the internet for any clues. A few claimed to have found old social media accounts, some now deleted, linked to Jordan's real name. One post showed him playing guitar in a bedroom. Another, a grainy photo with the caption, "Someday I'll be heard." That post hit hard. Fans rallied. Petitions were even started to get AGT to release a statement or bring Jordan back on air. But the show remained silent. The louder the fans got, the quieter the official channels became. It was almost as if he'd never existed beyond that single performance. But if AGT was done talking, the internet wasn't. Months after the season ended, entertainment insiders began whispering about behind-the-scenes tension. According to alleged leaks, Jordan might have declined the standard post-audition contract offered to most contestants. Some said he struggled with the pressure. Others claimed his guardians were concerned about the terms. Industry contracts can be intense, limiting creative freedom, locking artists into multi-year deals, or controlling social media presence. If Jordan or his team refused, that could explain his sudden disappearance from the show's narrative. One insider claimed he walked away on his own terms. Another suggested it was mutual, with AGT quietly letting him go to avoid public drama. While none of this was confirmed, it painted a clearer picture. Maybe Jordan didn't vanish. Maybe he stepped away. But that left fans with even more questions than before. Some started to wonder if Jordan's disappearance was less about conflict and more about care. A few voices in the entertainment world suggested the AGT team might have known something the public didn't. Perhaps Jordan wasn't ready for the spotlight. The internet can be a double-edged sword. It uplifts, but it also invades. Jordan was young, unprepared, and emotionally raw. Was pulling him back a way to protect his well-being? Or was it a quiet dismissal to avoid complications? Either way, it raised important questions about the mental health of young contestants on national platforms. Fame isn't always the reward. It can be a weight too heavy to carry. And Jordan, it seems, chose, or was helped, to put that weight down before it crushed him. Then, one day, something strange happened. A TikTok clip appeared showing a boy playing piano at what looked like a school recital. The angle was bad, and the audio was distorted, but the voice, unmistakable. The internet lit up again. "That's Jordan," the comments read. "He's alive. He's okay." The clip spread fast, but the poster deleted it soon after. Still, fan accounts saved it, and debates raged. Was it really him? If so, why hide? And if not, why did the person vanish? No one stepped forward to confirm. The mystery deepened. Even AGT's official account stayed silent. Once again, Jordan had entered the public eye and vanished just as quickly. But this time, it felt like a choice. Unlike most AGT stars, Jordan didn't capitalize on the fame. No record deals, no guest appearances, no YouTube channel with covers. In an age where 15 minutes of fame can be stretched into a career, Jordan remained a ghost. And maybe that's exactly what he wanted. Not everyone dreams of stardom. For some, the dream is simply to be heard, once, loudly, before fading back into peace. Jordan's impact wasn't in how long he stayed, but in how deeply he moved people. And in many ways, that's a legacy far more powerful than any gold buzzer. Jordan Blue's story may never have a clear ending, and maybe that's okay. He appeared like a flash of lightning, bright, brief, and unforgettable. What we do know is this: his voice echoed far beyond the AGT stage. He reminded viewers that sometimes the softest voices carry the deepest truths. Whether he returns to the spotlight or chooses silence forever, one thing remains unchanged. Jordan Blue left a mark that no one can erase. And in an industry obsessed with noise, maybe silence was his loudest message of all.